Hello, and welcome to Tailored Health. I'm Taylor Wessel, holistic nutritionist, and we are here to talk about hangovers today. If you're watching this as it's airing, we are in December of 2022, and we are fully immersed in the holiday season. This comes with a lot of overindulgence, especially as it pertains to food and alcohol. But today's focus is on the alcohol portion. I want to share my top tips, tools, and techniques to help you prevent hangovers and arm you with natural remedies that will help you feel better the next day after potentially overindulging, not sleeping all that well, and feeling the impact. Welcome to my channel, and let's get going. As you already know, we're here to talk about hangovers. And right now it's very relevant as we are in the holiday season. But truth be told, this is always relevant because there will always be birthday celebrations, social events, networking events, where you'll have alcohol and food to navigate. But for the sake of today, we are talking about alcohol. So let's start off by talking about what causes a hangover. There are three things that I want to highlight. The first thing, which I'm sure you already know, is dehydration. Another is lack of sleep due to blood sugar imbalance. And the third is nutrient depletions, especially B vitamins and vitamin B12, some of your minerals as well, glutathione, and different antioxidants. So we rapidly blow through these as we're consuming alcohol and our body is trying to process this load of toxicity. Hangovers, as again, I'm sure you're fully aware of, can cause lots of different symptoms, especially the next day. Most common being headaches, body aches, possibly chills, just feeling brain foggy, lack of energy, not a lot of motivation. Perhaps you're feeling the Sunday scaries or that next day anxiety, depression, mood slumps. A lot of your feel-good brain chemicals, neurotransmitters, are rapidly depleted when you're drinking alcohol, and then you don't get a great night of sleep as a result of that. So you just feel really crummy the next day. So let's transition into what can you do to set yourself up for a night of drinking or perhaps a day of drinking so that you don't have the hangover the next day. So these are prevention tips. The day of and while drinking, taking you right up until you go to sleep that night. Let's start there and then we'll transition into, whoops, I got a hangover. Now what? I want to feel better. I have things to do today and I can't afford to just be a bump on a log for the rest of the day. Okay, so let's start with the prevention tips. Really important before a day or night of drinking to make sure that you're focusing on blood sugar balance throughout the day, making sure to eat enough throughout the day, making sure to eat a complete meal before going into this drinking experience so that you're buffering your stomach and balancing your blood sugar so your body can better process the alcohol, and it will oftentimes slow you down as far as how much you're consuming. So I recommend, especially the meal before drinking, to have something with protein and a lot of vegetables. And vegetables that are really great for you are those that are packed with B vitamins and glutathione. Asparagus and dark leafy greens are a couple that you should really try to load up on the night before drinking or the day before drinking. These are naturally abundant in liver-supportive sulfur compounds, glutathione, and B vitamins. So they'll help to overload your body with those nutrients that are naturally depleted upon drinking. When you have the power to make a decision over what you're drinking, I absolutely recommend making cleaner choices. I am personally loving the natural wine world. So if you can source natural, organic, biodynamic wines, they are pumped with less additives, preservatives, chemicals. They're wild fermentation, and sure, they won't taste the same from bottle to bottle, but they're so delicious and honestly, no hangover the next day. Trust me, I am a person that was always hungover even after one drink. And if I even have 1 to 2 glasses of natural wine, maybe even a third, I do not feel it the next day. Another strong choice as far as alcohol goes is to have clear liquor and keep it as clean as possible. So perhaps you mix with soda water and a lime or a lemon. Perhaps you do a martini where you're keeping it real basic. Avoid those darker liquors, more of those mixed cocktails and sugar-laden drinks. Those will come back to bite you in the butt the very next day. When you're drinking, you want to make sure to rotate water with your alcoholic beverage. And I would recommend a ratio of 1-to-1. For every alcoholic beverage that you consume a glass of water. So you're dehydrating and then you're rehydrating. Remember, one of the top causes of hangovers is this dehydration. So let's get ahead of the game rather than playing catch up the very next day when we're already dehydrated. Another helpful tip is to take B vitamins and liver support before drinking or in the middle of drinking or before going to bed. B vitamins can be naturally energizing, so you might want to take them earlier in the day. But if you can take a B complex, which is a wide range of B vitamins, perhaps concentrating in B12 as well, and milk thistle before bed, you will support your liver. You will help to replenish those nutrient depletions, and I guarantee you'll feel better the next day. I also recommend having a snack before bed, especially something with complex carbohydrates and a little bit of fat. So this will boost serotonin to help you sleep at night and balance your blood sugar, which sleep is a very active process. We need to make sure that we're fueling the body and balancing blood sugar to sustain a full night of sleep. Oftentimes after drinking, people will wake up 1, maybe 2, 3 times throughout the night to use the restroom, which means that you could use some blood sugar support and liver support. More to come on that in other videos. So now that you're armed with a whole day's worth of what to do to set you up before drinking, what to do while drinking, and before bedtime, let's move into the day after drinking. Maybe you fell short on these prevention tips and you're slammed with the hangover symptoms. You have a headache, you're feeling slow and sluggish, maybe your skin, your pores look larger, you have dry skin, your brain foggy, you just feel, ugh. What can you do here to start to bounce back? Well, the first thing you do is have water, right? Dehydration is what we're trying to solve here when it comes to hangovers. So let's rehydrate, but not just with purified water. You want to add minerals, which act as electrolytes to facilitate deeper cellular hydration. So upon rising, have a mug of warm lemon water, so a squeeze of a half lemon in your water, and then add a pinch of sea salt. And then all throughout the day, not just consuming this warm lemon water, which will support the liver and energy pathways, detoxify, boost digestive enzymes, but all throughout the day thereafter, you want to also keep hydrated, drinking at least half your body weight in pounds in ounces of water throughout the day, starting strong first thing in the morning and continuing on throughout the day. You want to be sure to have a power protein breakfast. Waking up and having something like scrambled eggs and a side of asparagus or potentially sauteed kale or arugula would be great choices here. Eggs are rich in choline, which will support brain health and the nerve passageways and messages throughout the whole body. So it will start to bring things back online quickly. And it will start to balance your blood sugar, which was probably thrown off from a night of drinking. If water doesn't seem very approachable, or maybe it even seems off-putting the day after drinking, first of all, suck it up, buttercup, and just drink it. But you can also find another beverage to consume. Coconut water is great as it's rich in electrolytes such as potassium especially and magnesium. You can also source Pellegrino or Gerolsteiner, which are sparkling mineral waters. You can have a green juice or perhaps a wheatgrass shot. These would be incredibly alkalizing, energizing, and replace a lot of nutrients that you've blown through. So these are just some options. Kombucha, assuming that you're not drinking a kombucha that's really loaded with sugar, that would be another choice. Replace those electrolytes, start to restore the gut function that might have been impacted from your night of drinking. So turn to these types of fluids and just keep pumping the fluids all day long. What happens if you have a hangover? Well, there is always the obvious Tylenol, Advil, ibuprofen, but let's try to pull a couple other stops before turning to that, which can cause stomach upset and actually thin the blood and be a contraindication with drinking the night before. Can you take magnesium? Magnesium is Mother Nature's natural calming mineral that helps to calm the nervous system, helps to soothe and calm the whole body, and just make functioning of all of the organs run smoother. I would recommend taking 340 to 440 milligrams of magnesium, especially upon headache symptoms. Just see if that doesn't work. Another thing that you can try is sniffing peppermint essential oil. You can even take a little bit of that peppermint essential oil, combine it with a carrier oil such as coconut or jojoba, take a little bit on your fingertips and apply it topically to your temples and forehead and back of the neck. This will soothe, calm, and cool the body. And it's a natural pain reliever as well. So try those two stops, magnesium and peppermint, if you have headache symptoms. The hydration will also help to address this as well. Ginger is another superfood that you might want to add into your diet the day after drinking. It is a strong digestive aid. If you tend towards nausea or stomach upset, it can help address that. It's very warming, metabolism boosting. It has natural antibacterial and antiviral properties. Ginger is a true superfood. So try to incorporate that into possibly a saute or your smoothie. A green smoothie would be great to have, or add it into your warm lemon water first thing in the morning and kind of make a ginger lemon tonic with that sea salt to have those strong capabilities first thing in the morning. Additional things to do on the day after drinking is go down for a nap. If you're exhausted, close your eyes, shut down, let yourself take a half-hour nap. Don't take too long of a nap because then you can start to prevent sleep later on in the day. But a little bit of a shutdown, a reboot can help you wake back up and be energized and have a little bit more capability to have a stronger second part of your day. Oil pulling is something that I love to do. Health starts in your mouth, and there's a lot of bacteria that forms in the mouth overnight. So if you are to take this one on, I would recommend doing it shortly after rising before brushing your teeth in the morning. I'll drop a link to a video I created on that so you can have a how-to guide if you want to start incorporating this in. Another thing is cold showers or alternating hot cold showers. I'll also drop a link to a video I created on that so you can learn more about the different ways to incorporate this in. Cold water is invigorating, it's energizing, especially with the alternation of hot to cold. You get blood flow tip to toe to the brain and the rest of the body very fast, which helps you circulate the oxygen and re-energize the body very quickly. Another thing to do would be to incorporate movement, 30 to 40 minutes preferably, whether that's getting outside for a walk, doing some kind of dance, just throwing on a great playlist and doing some cleaning around the house. Just get up and get moving. It might be really tough at the beginning, I'm not going to lie to you, but I guarantee you halfway through a workout, you'll start to sweat it out, release those toxins, and you'll actually start to feel better as the blood flow goes to your brain and the oxygen is delivered to your 50 to 100 trillion cells. Get in that movement. Force it if you have to. Don't push too hard. Remember, your body's exhausted. You probably didn't sleep great the night before, but just get that circulation going. I guarantee you'll feel a lot better. Lastly, go to sleep early, right? Do your best on the day after when you're hungover to nourish yourself throughout the day. Again, with that water, with a lot of greens, vegetables, really nutrient-dense foods and liquids that can help support the body, whether that's bone broth, coconut water, green drinks, green juice, green smoothies, greens. So do what you can there. Pull the stops as far as oil pulling and possibly dry brushing, cold showers, exercise. And as it gets close to bedtime, even if it's 8:30, 9 o'clock, call it a night. If you're exhausted, let yourself go into that deep repair mode so you wake up and feel better the next day. Now, as I'm getting older, hangovers don't just last one day. They're 2 days, and I'm feeling the worst the day after, but I'm also exhausted the day after the day after. So if you're pulling all of these stops, I guarantee the day after drinking will be less symptomatic. And then the day after that has more of an opportunity to be back to that full functioning brain and energy level. Just remember, be kind to your body. We should be able to live our lives and enjoy. Whether that's overindulging in food every now and again, having that alcoholic beverage because we're in the moment and we're enjoying our company and we feel good about it. But we want to support our bodies, and to be perfectly honest, none of us can afford to have a day where we're completely exhausted and wiped out. We might need that type of day and choose it for ourselves, but if it chooses us because we just haven't taken care of our bodies, we can do better. You can, I can, we all can. So there you have it. Prevention tips and natural remedies that I turn to help address hangovers and prevent them from even happening in the first place. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you enjoyed this so much and want to have an interactive experience with me, I am offering free master classes on the last Wednesday of every single month. We are in December 2022, and my next class is coming up on the 28th, which is a Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm talking about cravings and what they mean, the difference between hunger and cravings, and how to satisfy cravings in a more healthful way that you can feel really good about. I'll drop the link below to check out my masterclass schedule and sign up for this event. I hope to see you there. And if you are sober curious and interested if you can actually do it, remove alcohol from your diet, it's just not serving you anymore, make sure to reach out to me. I have a great connection for you of a 90-day program that I am actually involved in for leading you through sobriety and supporting you all along the way. This is a group program. So don't hesitate to reach out. Please don't be a stranger. Happy holidays to you and your family, and I'll talk to you soon.